traveled. And most all of us here have an intimate family friend, a neighbor, a family member who has faced those challenges. And I think what you've proven, which is so common sense to all of us that have done this work year after year after year, but what you've proven is that when we give a little bit of help to somebody when they need it, and we give it to them in the way that they're asking for it, and we don't make it hard, and we don't punish them or shame them when they need that help, people bounce back. They're incredibly resilient. And then guess what? They help their neighbors. And guess what? They knit the community together in a different way. And we create that inspiring help the next person process in our community that has allowed us to keep an incredible level of support from the community in our work. And you know, I'm gonna give some examples of some of the great awards that we've won as teams just this past year, which if you added it up over 5 years would be a lot, but it's all been done just in 1 year. So I'm gonna just say a few of those. So first, we wanted to recognize all the HHS employees that won Boulder County Employee of the Month this year. So we won 4 since November of 2011. So we've won more than probably 45% of the county's Employee of the Month awards. Irene Cortez, Lisa Crawford, Stephanie Aranellis, and Nori Boyd. The Cars Division also won a Boulder County Pinnacle Award for their work improving their processes and providing critical eligibility support and benefits to families across Boulder County in December of 2011. And they also just won a National Association of Counties Award. So give a big round of applause to the Cars Division. These 6 folks won Any Door is a Right Door Award in the last few months. Todd Rewalt, Shala Lee, Veronica Molina, Geneva Bailey, Reed Bryan, and Alicia Corso. Give them a huge round of applause. Colorado Welfare Fraud Council Outstanding Individual of the Year this year was just won in June by Jennifer Perilli Cole. Investigations and Recovery. The Colorado Welfare Fraud Counselor Investigator of the Year, Christina Gonzalez. My personal favorite award is the Pam Gillis Memorial Triathlon Award, won by Teresa Cullen. Juana Mendoza, our Early Intervention Prevention Specialist Program Assistant, won the Multicultural Award for 2012. Champions for Children Consultation Awards from Blue Sky Bridge. 2 were won by Stacy Foster and Charles Manzanares. The Boulder County Healthy Kids program, enrolling eligible but unenrolled children in Children's Health Plan and Families in Medicaid, won National Association of Counties Award in August of this year. Our Boulder County Impact Partnership won a statewide award for the Colorado Collaboration of the Year for 2012, which involves all of our child welfare teams in it. We had several graduates of the 2011 Leadership Academy: Tanya Ahievich, Sarah Buss, Pam Cummings, and Andy Garland. And then we had a lot of graduates of the Institute of Public Service this year: Meg Buffington, Chris Campbell, Cindy DeLeon, Edna Guyin, Michelle Jarman, Mary Lloyd Taylor, Annette Race, Matthew Ryan, Marla Slade, Hailey Silva, Lily Smith, Ann Sullivan, Becky Thielen, Tavi Woolman. And we have a poster up over here for some other awards. I think I've mentioned most of them, but you can come see these pictures later. A couple other things that I just want to say. We got a certificate of occupancy and opened Josephine Commons just 2 weeks ago, so a 74-unit senior building is open in Lafayette. And we got our certificate of occupancy, and 5 days later, thanks to the great work of the property management team and the housing staff, it was 100% leased within 5 days of getting the certificate of occupancy. So we'll be breaking ground on phase 2 this next year. And I think as we look into the next 12 months to 18 months, I think what we've seen, we have 100% changed the financial position of the department. Right now we are in the strongest cash position of any county department of human services in the state of Colorado, which is a massive turnaround. Less than 2 years ago, we had basically zeroed out any reserve fund balance we had in TANF, any human service fund balance. TSN didn't exist. We were really running a very thin margin, and now we have put millions of dollars into our reserves. We're well prepared for any federal budget cuts that may come as part of the sequestration proposals by Congress, and we're going to be able to move into the next several years in an incredibly strong position thanks to everybody's hard work. It took a lot of hard work to get there, so thanks for that. And I think for me, as we move into the next 5 years, 10 years, and we look at some of the challenges that we may face as a community, we know that the fire danger is increasing in Boulder County. We know that there's economic uncertainty out there. But what we have proven as a department is that we can handle any challenge. And when we first joined our 2 departments several years ago, we said we wanted to become more agile and more resilient. We didn't want to be caught off guard. We didn't want to not know how to handle increasing uncertainty and challenge. And I think you can each look each other in the eye today and you know what you faced together, what we've done as a community, and what we're capable of. I have so much confidence in our ability to handle any challenge that comes down the pike over the next 10 years, whether it's an emergency, whether it's a budget issue, whether it's a foreclosure crisis, whether it's a big issue amongst a lot of families in our community. I know that we can handle it together. And I think when we've talked about some of these challenges that we've faced, we all know that if we just do a little bit for someone else, and if we just put aside our own self-interest just a little bit, and we all hold our hands together and add a little bit back to our community, great things are possible. And as we move into this next year, and many of our families are, they've come out of the economic downturn, we're starting to see small sprouts of economic life coming, so jobs are coming back. People are starting to have a little bit of hope. Housing prices have sort of stabilized. Wages are starting to rise a little bit. We're not certainly out of the woods yet, but the U.S. economy is adding tens of thousands of jobs a month. Our big task is going to be to support families that are transitioning back into the workforce and help them move into this new life that they're trying to set forth as they've come out of some of the worst times that they've faced. And I think the more that we can be for them an easy system to access, where we understand the resources that we can help them with, where we keep things integrated, where we are positive, where we are open, where we are welcoming, and where we can share with them how we know it's just a different day and they're on the other side of the table from us. We switch places. We know that more and more great things will happen. So, I think the next 2 years for us are going to be incredibly strong as a department. I know we're going to do some of the best housing and human service work across the United States. And I want you to have a beautiful time today. congratulate your coworkers and friends for a job well done, and nobody dunked me in that tank.